The following is a live, steamy, hot broadcast from Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. I'm ready for this summer to be over, aren't you? Oh my goodness. Hi there, my name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program for this first day of August 2024. We go to the 19th of August, 1988 for this one. We are in San Diego for the Mets and the Padres. And you know what? I'm kind of excited about doing this because, the Mets are, the Mets, but the Padres are, with 6 weeks to go, within a shout of winning the National League West. They're 6.5 out. And if we think that the A's still have a chance being, 10 games out of first place or whatever they are, then San Diego at 6.5 has a crack at both the Reds and the Dodgers. The Reds, by the way, come into this Friday night game 2.5 behind, or 2.5 ahead of the Dodgers. So the Padres are 6.5 out. The Mets are comfortably in first place, which is more than we can say for the weather here in northern New England and for the fact that we've done a lot of construction here in the apartment since I saw you last. And there's now 4 fire alarm sounders in this tiny little 2-bedroom apartment. But it won't damage our hearing anything if it goes off. Thankfully, it's not going to go off while we're doing this. So Eric Shao gets a call for the Padres today, and Sid Fernandez gets the call for the Mets. Just one live broadcast for you this week. We'll make up for it next week. We got a doubleheader for you Monday that was supposed to be today that we would have done if it wasn't for the construction. Monday's live 11:30 a.m. doubleheader, Oakland, Boston, and Milwaukee, Toronto. So the AL is front and center next week. We should be on all 3 scheduled days next week. How about that? But for now, it's the Padres and the Mets next, as Retro Sports Network presents Major League Replay 1988. Today from, let me get the right screen up for you. Today from Jack Murphy Stadium in San Diego, California, it is the San Diego Padres and the New York Mets. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. Let me make sure. Yeah, oops. Hold on. Let's get you on the right screen. I didn't check. There you go. Now you're seeing the right thing. We'll get to that in a second. So the Padres have won 8 of 10. Sid Fernandez has an earned run average under 3. Eric Shao pitching better than he did in real life, too. However, the Mets, as they have with most of the National League, have gotten to everybody. He's 0-1 against them with a 6.35 ERA. It is San Diego, so the weather is San Diego. 75 and drop dead gorgeous. Winds out to left center at 8. There we go. Here's a lineup for the Mets as Eric Shao takes his warm-up tosses. Lenny Dykstra leads off in center field. Wally Backman will bat second and play second base. Keith Hernandez at first will go third. The Mets will rest him down the stretch, I think. Darryl Strawberry cleans up in right field. Kevin McReynolds, it's a homecoming game for him, of course. He's in left field. He'll bat 5th. Gary Carter behind the plate will go 6th. Howard Johnson at short will bat 7th. Dave Magadan at 3rd will go 8th. Greg Jeffries is about to get the call-up, and they have to do it within the next 2 weeks to get him playoff eligible, which is what they did. Sid Fernandez will bat 9th on the mound, and Eric Shao can go 135 pitches. His fastball is Bugs Bunny for sure, and he at 85. Which just goes to show you don't need to overpower people to get them out. He's making his 25th start of the year. He will have 7 left after this. Eric is 32. Fastball, as we said, at 85, and a fly ball pitcher. He is 9-11 on the season with a 12 ERA as I put the mouse in the right spot. He last pitched, he threw a one-hitter, in fact, 4 days ago, or 5 days ago, against the Astros. He went the distance in a 7-0 shutout, 112 pitches, 1 hit, 2 walks, and 7 Ks. How about that? So overall for Eric, 182 innings, 160 hits, 72 runs, 63 earned, 16 homers. He walked 52 and struck out 127. So at one point, his earned run average was over 4. And so since June 13th, he's dropped it from 402 to 312. In fact, he hasn't given up an earned run since August 2nd against Atlanta. Defensively for the Padres, Randy Reddy a 3 and a 4 in left, Stan Jefferson a 3 and a 1 in center, and Carmelo Martinez a 5 and an 8 in right. Those aren't good numbers in Strat, and they're not really good numbers in Action PC. Bobby Brown is not cruel at third. He's a 6. Dickie Thon is a 6 at short. We could just go musically all the way through this. Robbie Alomar is an 8 at second. And Keith Moreland, I suppose, is a real-life version. If you can't beat them, join them. He's a 5 at first. Benito Santiago a 10 and a 6 behind the plate. Shao, not a great fielder. He's a 3 with a 963 fielding percentage. Dykstra steps in at 280, 7 homers and 43 RBI. And this is, I believe, no, this is an open stadium. So this is before one of their remodels for a Super Bowl. So this is, I think, an early 80s version of the Murph. Pitch to Dykstra to start off this one is a line drive into left that will drop in front of Reddy, and that's how this one starts. So the Mets get a hit, and here comes Wally Backman hitting 300, no homers, no triples, and 22 RBI. Hope you are staying cool wherever you are. Pitch from Shao. Backman pops it up. Santiago takes off the mask into foul territory. Dykstra stands there. Backman walks slow, and there's one out. For Keith Hernandez, hitting .295, 10 homers, and 45 RBI. Dykstra has 28 steals on the year. And the throw to Moreland, and Dykstra's back. Pitch to Hernandez. Keith rips this one into right center. That's going to go all the way in the alley. He has 2 of these. Dykstra holds up at third on Hernandez's 16th double of the year. So Hernandez having a very productive season for the Mets. This is game 122. They have 40 left, and their lead is 10. The Padres, this is game 122. And again, they have 40 left, and they trail by 6.5. Darryl Strawberry hitting .273, 30 homers. How you doing, Scotty? And 90 RBI. So Dykstra and Hernandez are in scoring position, and Mr. Howard is in the position of having to root for the Mets. Pitch to Strawberry. There's a slow ground ball to Moreland. They'll take the sure out at first. Hernandez and Dykstra move up 90. Lenny will score, and it's 1-0 to York. And that'll bring up McReynolds, the former Padre, hitting .283, 22 homers, and 76 RBI. So Hernandez on third. 2 out, top the first. Mets and Padres from the Murph. There's a ground ball left side, base hit. Hernandez will score. McReynolds is on with a single, and it's 2-0 to York. For Gary Carter, hitting .251, 10 homers, and 37 RBI. Pesky Pole, how you doing? Sitting in your classroom. See, we're doing this on YouTube. They haven't blocked YouTube for you yet, have they? McReynolds, a huge threat to steal. Shao throws to first, and McReynolds is back. Now they'll pitch out. I'm wondering, for schools that start in the South, how early in the year do you get out? Schools start up here in about 3 weeks. In fact, you're going to see this as I hit the button. About 4 weeks. I think they start, the college kids will start the 26th and the high school kids 28th, 29th. They'll pitch out. McReynolds isn't going anywhere, and it's a 1-ball count. So now we'll go pitch by pitch mode. A busy inning for Shao. Carter takes a strike. Or he swung on and missed, 1-1. And again, I can't believe the computer isn't trying to steal McReynolds. The 1-1 to Carter. Outside, ball 2. 2-1. And that misses low and away. 3-1. Now you got a pitch to Carter. The 3-1 to Gary. That looks over the plate, and Carter chases that one. Chases the hard curve, and it's a full count. So 3-2 the count. Again, McReynolds isn't going anywhere. Now he is on the full count. Carter draws the walk, and it's first and second. Now 2 out for Howard Johnson, hitting .236, 17 homers, and 60 RBI. I'm being told May 22nd is when they get out in South Carolina. That's almost a full month earlier than what they get out here. In Atlanta, it's the Wednesday prior to Memorial Day. Yeah, early. How you doing, Jamie? Glad to have you along. Jamie's our newest Patreon, by the way. So McReynolds, again, with speed to burn on second. 2 out for Hojo. Shao's pitch. And Howard sends this one deep to right. Martinez is there, and that'll do it. So the Mets played 2 on 3 hits and no errors. And after half an inning here in San Diego, it's the Mets 2. Here come the Padres. And so Sid Fernandez, who went 12-10 in real life, making his 24th start, is a Dolly Parton 9-5 with a 2.99 ERA. Sid is 26. He is an extreme fly ball pitcher and throws at 96. He throws it hard. His last appearance was 5 days ago against Montreal, where the Expos beat the Mets 4-1. Over 6, he threw 118 pitches, 4 hits, 1 run it was earned. He walked 3 and struck out 8. And 138 2/3. He's allowed 96 hits. You wonder why the Mets are going to win the division with ease? That's one of the reasons right there. They have pitching, and more pitching. 50 runs, 46 earned, 8 homers, 66 walks, and 131 strikeouts. Students start August 7th. So it's your busy time of year getting prepped and all that, grading final projects from summer school for an online course while getting ready for the new school year. Nice. Here's the Padre lineup. Unfortunately, we had the Padres and no Tony Gwynn in the starting lineup. Stan Jefferson leads off in center. Randy Reddy in left will bat second. Carmelo Martinez will bat third and play right. Keith Moreland is at first. He'll clean up. Benito Santiago behind the plate will bat fifth. Chris Brown, not Bobby, so Chris can be cruel, I suppose, will play third and bat sixth. Dickie Thorne at short will go seventh. Roberto Alomar at 20 years old at second will bat eighth. Shao, not a great hitter, batting ninth. And Fernandez can get you 8 on the mound. Defensively for the Mets, McReynolds a 5 and a 9 in left. Dykstra a 4 and a 3 in center. Strawberry a 6 and a 7 in right. Dave Magadan is a 3 at third. Howard Johnson a 3 at short. Wally Backman a 3 at second. Again, not great in Strat, not great in Action PC, and not great in Napa. Keith Hernandez is fantastic in all those. He's a 10. Gary Carter an 8 and a 5 behind the plate, and El Cid is a 7 on the mound. This time of year is no respect on pesky polls, baseball hobby, baseball replays. Replay can wait. You know, what year you doing? That Alomar kid might turn out okay. I think he might need a change of scenery and needs to learn where he can spit. Stan Jefferson hitting .215, a homer, 4 triples, and 8 RBI. Sends this one into high, deep left field. McReynolds, 1 out. For Randy Reddy, hitting .306, 8 homers, and 49 RBI. Fernandez deals. Reddy sends this one. Second verse to McReynolds is going to be the same as the first, 2 out. For Carmelo Martinez, hitting .245, 13 homers, and 45 RBI. San Diego, kind of like Montreal to some degree, they would develop some very good talent and not really get anything out of it. Pitch to Carmelo. Got him. So Fernandez got him to chase a 1-2 fastball, and that'll do it. Padres go in order after 1-2 Mets. So Magadan, Fernandez, and Dykstra to face Shao here in the second. Magadan at .249, no homers, and 27 RBI. Pesky Pole doing 86. Mets are 0-4. Wow. Yankees 0-6. Yet the New York papers would be going nuts. So much was expected from the Yankees in 86. They came so close in 85. The Mets will still win 110. Pitch to Magadan. Dave swings, popped up right side. Alomar. A rainmaker here in the desert, 1 out. For El Cid, hitting .205 and 4 RBI. It was Alomar for Fred McGriff. And it wasn't a 1-up deal. Ground ball foul, first base side. Somebody from Rancho Cucamonga got that ball. And the count is full. So Shao, 36 pitches in, winds and deals. That's laced to Alomar for the out, 2 away. So opening 9 for Shao, 37 pitches. Inning in 2/3, 3 hits, a walk. Lenny Dykstra singled and scored one of those 2 in the first. Both of the runs are earned. And Dykstra draws the walk. Second walk for Shao. Here's Backman. Wally World is 0 for 1. Dykstra stays put. Hard ground ball to Shao. First base side of the rubber. Runs it himself. And Backman beat it out. I don't know if Shao thought he was LaDainian Tomlinson or what. But goodness gracious, you underhand that. Backman was hustling all the way down. That's the 4th hit for the Mets. And here's Keith Hernandez, who doubled and scored in the first. Shao deals. And that's laced to Moreland for the out. So the Mets get a hit, and they've left on 4. But they lead after the inning and a half, 2-0. The Mets have yet to have a quality start. Yankees bullpen has blown 4 games. Having a blast playing every game. Red Sox are 2-3. Indians 5-1. Cardinals are 5-0. Early and small sample sizes. The Red Sox got so lucky in 86. Although when I did, I think, a 40-game shot and strat on an older set of cards, they were doing pretty well. As carded, not as played. It helps to have Seaver every 5th day. Moreland hitting .266. 6 homers and 57 RBI. Santiago and Brown to follow here in the second. Pitch to Keith. Slow chopper to Hojo in on the grass. Over to Hernandez. Moreland's running, and Keith is out on a bang-banger. So 1 out for Santiago. Benito hitting .243, 9 homers, and 51 RBI. I think if you're doing every game, the NL West should be interesting because the Giants kept pace with the Astros all year. The Mets should win the East easily. Kansas City won't have the real-life problems of losing Dick Hauser as they did. And if you can get the Red Sox past the Jays, good luck. And the Yankees. Pitch to Santiago. There's a line drive right field. Strawberry is there, 2 out. So here's Chris Brown at .243. No homers and 16 RBI. Fernandez delivers. And Brown rips this one down the line and left, and that's gone. And for Chris Brown, that's his first of the year. So the Padres have cut the Mets' lead in half. It's 2-1. Brown only hit 2 on the year. Fernandez left that one right over the middle of the plate. And Brown just took it right down the line and left. The Rangers are tough in the West, too. Yep. Bobby Valentine was the manager that year, wasn't he? Dickie Thon at 268. No homers and 8 RBI. Fernandez deals. And Thon strikes out. Fernandez got him on an 0-2 fastball looking. And after 2, Padres get a hit on the solo homer by Chris Brown. And after 2, it's 2-1 New York. So Strawberry, who has an RBI, McReynolds and Carter to face Shao here in the 3rd. Strawberry down the line and right by the pens, and somebody from Tijuana eating barbecued iguana made that catch. And so it's 0-2. Shao ahead on the count. Wastes one outside, 1-2. I never liked that. If you got a hitter 0-2, go after him. Especially today, because you're only throwing 100 pitches anyway. The 1-2 to Strawberry. That's laced up the middle, all the way in the gap, and Strawberry is into second for his 21st double. With the exception of the Red Sox, Valentine was a good manager. An old school manager, and I think it's one of the reasons why it worked. The Rangers contended for a while in '87, too. Kevin McReynolds has an RBI single. He's only stolen 7 bases on the replay. Stole 21 in real life. Strawberry on second. Pitch to McReynolds. That's in the right field for a base hit. Strawberry with good speed around 3rd, but hold because Martinez has a good arm. So runners on the corners, nobody out for Gary Carter, who walked his first time up. Eric Shao not having a good ballgame. The Astros are really good, Pesky Bull says, better than you remember. I know they were a game away from winning the NL, but they really are a complete team. They are fun to play. Ryan is good. Mike Scott is absolutely incredible, and if they had gone to Game 7, no one was beating Mike Scott. That's less than $6. It's almost a steal, especially if you're not interested in having the new team's demos. Pitch to Carter. There goes McReynolds. The hit and run is on, and that is fouled off in the left field. 1-2 the count. Runners on the corners, nobody out. The 1-2. Carter dribbles this one down to 3rd. Padres will try for 2. They get McReynolds at second. Carter's going to reach. Strawberry scores. And with 1 out, the Mets are up 3-1. Howard Johnson is 0-1. Yeah, for $6 you can't beat it. And if you wait long enough, all the seasons are on sale. Pitch to Hojo. There's a slow chopper to first. Moreland waits for it and lets it roll foul. That's a mistake, and it's 2-2, and I'm not going pitch by pitch again. Jeez. The 2-2. That's in the right field. That'll flutter down for a single. Carter will hold at second, and Shao is being shelled. That's his 7th hit. Remember, he came off a 1-hitter in his last start. Here's Magadan. Dave is 0-1. Shao, deep breath. Magadan in the left field for a hit. Reddy throws it in to second. Magadan has his 11th double. Carter's going to score, and the Mets are up 4-1. For El Cid, who's 0-1. So Eric Shao is getting shelled. And if this was Sally by the seashore, we'd have a tongue twister. Pitch to Fernandez. Struck him out first for Shao. A 2-2 fastball got him swinging. And there's 2 out for Dykstra, who has walked, singled, and scored. He's 1 for 1. Shao, 18 batters, 79 pitches, 2 2/3. All 4 runs are earned, 8 hits, 2 walks, and a strikeout. And as someone running for president in 1988 would say, that's bad. That's bad. Pitch to Dykstra. Lenny swings right field and deep. Back goes Martinez, way back there and long gone. And it's taken all of 8 outs for the Mets to put on a pretty little bow and break this puppy open. That's his 8th of the year, and it's 7-1 New York. And in the play-by-play text, the understatement of the year, Shao doesn't look too sharp today. There are shears in kindergartens that are sharper than Eric Shao this afternoon. 86 Braves are awful, but you enjoy playing them. Sometimes, it's fun to do those just because you know them. You know the expected results. And that doesn't take anything away from them. You can hear Skip Carey in your head. You promise to watch. You promise to pay attention to shop at our sponsors. We'll let you change the channel. Yep, Shao's claim to fame is what killed him. Dave was giving up 41-92 to Rose. Who we got? Mark Grant? Yep. So Don Ursillo's partner in crime, Mark Grant, coming in to pitch. How you doing, Andrew? It was not real prudent to throw that pitch. Grant has lost his last 4 decisions. Well, he's not getting a loss this time around. He's 25 years old. Throws a fastball at 90 Ron, and a fly ball plus pitcher. 3-6, a 4.35 ERA. He last pitched on the 15th, 2 innings and a 2-1 loss to the Astros. 21 pitches, a hit and a walk. Overall, 68 1/3, 66 hits, 35 runs, 33 earned, 10 homers, 26 walks, and 40 strikeouts. He's 3-6 to save and an earned run average of 435. Wally Backman 1 for 2. Mets have 9 hits here with 2 out in the 3rd. Grant, first base side of the rubber, throws to Moreland, and that will do. So, the Mets put a 5 spot on the board, including a 3-run homer by Lenny Dykstra. 5 runs, 5 hits, no errors. They can leave on now half of Staten Island. It's 7-1 New York. So Alomar, Grant, and Jefferson here in the 3rd. And you know that things are south for your team in a ball game when you change the pitcher before the pitcher spot comes up for the first time. Alomar at 260. 3 homers and 35 RBI. Pitch to Alomar. Slow chopper to Hernandez. Keith will take it to the bag. 1 out. So here's Mark Grant. He's going to hit. Why? Because he's got 75 pitches in his arsenal and his team's already down 6. So why not? Makes contact. How about that? It's deep to left, but McReynolds will track that down. We almost had a Bartolo Colon moment here. 2 out. And a wry smile. Stan Jefferson is 0 for 1. El Cid, 40 pitches, 9 batters, 2 2/3. The home run to Brown, and 2 strikeouts. Got him. He chased a 1-2 fastball, and that'll do. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 4, 7-1 New York. From the Said No One file, coming up soon on the tabletop, a 2024 Chicago White Sox replay. A team so bad that Dave Gardner might actually start watching their games just to see if he can duplicate that on the tabletop. Yeah, Rick Camp against these Mets in 85. Do you have any thoughts on the Keith interview? That was fun. I really enjoyed that. Pesky Paul said that just as I was saying that. The 2024 White Sox are on a pace not to win 40 games. So worse than the 62 Mets and worse than, what was it, the 05 Tigers? Pitch to Hernandez, 1 for 2. Keith draws the walk. Here's Strawberry. Darryl 1 for 2, a double, an RBI, and a run scored. Grant deals. Gets away from Santiago. And Hernandez moves up 90 on the wild pitch. So 2-0. In fact, Hernandez was going, and he ends up on third. And that's why the Mets are 73-48. Pitch to Strawberry. Darryl, ground ball to Alomar. Hernandez will score. The throw to Moreland, it's 8-1 with 1 out here in the 4th. Not that it matters all that much. I mean, it's got to be like, pretend it's like Monday Night Football. Your team gets the home game on Monday Night Football. It's an event, and you get blown out. Here's McReynolds. Kevin has singled twice and driven in his 77th run. He's 2 for 2. Right field, Martinez. Over by the line, 2 out. The 23 A's were no prize either. Those A's teams remind me of the movie Major League. Except for if you were a baseball stickler, you know that the Indians in Major League were in Milwaukee, not Cleveland. Gary Carter has walked, 0 for 1, scored, and drove home a run. Popped up, right side. Alomar waits. Will make the catch, and that'll do. So the Mets get another run. They don't get a hit, and they don't leave anybody on. And after 3.5, it's New York 8, San Diego 1. Helpful if I put up the right screen. So here are the standings. The Mets lead by 10. In the West, the Reds by 2.5 over the Dodgers. San Diego 6 out. In the American League East, the Red Sox 2 over Detroit, 3.5 over Toronto and Milwaukee, and the Yankees are 5.5 out. In the West, I never would have guessed that Minnesota and Kansas City would have the 2 best records in baseball. One of the great things about baseball is that no matter how good you think you are, nothing's salted away. I mean, the Mets are going to win the NL East by a mile. They have the 3rd best record behind Kansas City. Oakland is 7 out. And then Seattle, Texas, Chicago, and California. The Padres, you wouldn't know it from this performance, had the 3rd best offense in the NL, while the Mets had the 3rd best pitching staff. The Padres are tied with the Reds for the best fielding. Randy Reddy is 0 for 1. And Fernandez starts the 4th. Fly ball, right field. Crowd likes it. So does Darryl Strawberry. 1 out. That broadcasting school is really paying off, Monty. Just a bit outside. Carmelo Martinez struck out his first time up. Pitch from El Cid. Ball 4. Padres have only had 2 base runners. Here's Keith Moreland. He's 0 for 1. Left field, McReynolds has it for the out, and Carmelo goes back to first. 2 out for Benito Santiago, who's 0 for 1. Struck him out. That's 4 for El Cid. A 2-2 fastball swung on and missed. And after 4, no runs, no hits, no errors, Padres finally leave on a runner. It's the Mets 8, the Padres 1. So Johnson, Magadan, and El Cid to face Mark Grant here in the 5th. Hojo 1 for 2. He has singled and scored. No matter what city the Indians were in, Lou Brown was the manager of the year after he sold his White Wolf. That is a great movie. Pitch to Howard Johnson. Struck him out. Grant got him on a 2-2 swinging. On the curve. Here's Magadan 1 for 2. He drove home his 28th run and scored. Grant winds and deals. And Magadan rips this one past Alomar into center field for a single. Going for 2 to throw to Alomar. My goodness, the Mets are just, again, they're 73 and 48 for a reason, and Magadan gets credit with his 12th double, but he essentially steals second base. So here's Sid. Fernandez 0 for 2 with a K. And he hit him. Bring up Lenny Dykstra, who homered in his last at-bat. He's driven in 3. He also has a single. Magadan and Fernandez had the combined speed of me. Grant deals. Up the middle, base hit. Jefferson will grab it. Magadan limps around third and will hold. And so Nails has his 3rd hit of the night. So the bases are juiced. So is Lenny Dykstra. And Wally Backman's at the plate. Wally is 1 for 3. Grant, about halfway through what he's expected to do, has made it an inning and 2/3. The Padres are playing like it's April. Santiago says, care not to get slaughtered here. This might be 2. Vicky Thon's got it. Slight chance for 2. Alomar for 1. And Backman is going to reach as Dykstra knocked him down. So Magadan will score. It's now 9-1. 2 out for Hernandez, who's 1 for 2. He has doubled, scored twice, and walked. And this one has all the drama. Well, it doesn't. Pitch to Hernandez. Walked him. So the bases are loaded again. Second walk given up for Grant. Here's Darryl Strawberry. 1 for 3. A double and an RBI. And if this was History Maker Baseball, the Padres would be so icy you'd think they were on the North Pole. Strawberry gets hit. Darryl doesn't like that. Throws the bat. Stares at Grant. And somewhere a kid in Pittsfield, Massachusetts is just taking notes. So tell me, Mark, about the time you threw at Darryl Strawberry and got into a fight. Here's McReynolds, who's 2 for 3. Kevin has singled twice and driven in a run. So Backman on 3rd, Hernandez on 2nd, Strawberry, who is steaming on first base. 10-1 Mets. Yep, that's it. McReynolds gets nailed. Grant gets hit. And it's 11-1. It's always a beautiful evening in San Diego. They haven't thrown Grant out. Let's see if Gary Carter gets into a fight, shall we? We're 2 outs. So we're 1 pitch away from the Jets and the Chargers going at it here. Here's the pitch. He won't hit Carter. Shallow left. Ready will make the catch, and that'll do it. But there are some words. Speaking of which, we'll have one for you right after this. Demos asked how I think a PC port of History Maker Baseball would do. I think it'd do fine. I honestly think that they're making a huge mistake in not doing PC ports, but that's how they operate. Mets, by the way, have broken this one open. 11 runs, 11 hits, no errors. Started in the first, Darryl Strawberry, a fielder's choice, to make it 1-0. Kevin McReynolds, an RBI single to make it 2-0. Chris Brown got one back in the second for the Padres. The Mets went up 2-1. Then the floodgates opened. Gary Carter, a fielder's choice, to make it 3-1. Dave Magadan, a double to make it 4-1. Then Lenny Dykstra made it 7-1 on a 3-run homer. Strawberry, a fielder's choice in the fourth, to make it 8-1. And then Mark Grant decided to try to pick a fight and didn't get it. Wally Backman, a fielder's choice, to make it 9-1. Then Strawberry and McReynolds hit by Grant to make it 10 and 11-1. Yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed it. So, San Diego has refused to pitch. Meanwhile, Sid Fernandez, a one-hitter through 4 and 4 strikeouts. So Brown had the home run, and if Brown gets hit here, the Padres are going to tear this joint down. Chris hit his first of the year. Fernandez starts the fifth. Brown rips this one down the line. That's extra bases. McReynolds will play it off the wall. He'll have 2. Brown throws in, and that's his 8th double. So Chris Brown has both the Padre hits. Here's Dickie Thon. He struck out. Carter and Fernandez have a word. Thon strikes out. A full count fastball, and Fernandez got apparently the benefit of the doubt. So 1 out. That's 5 for El Cid. Here's Alomar, who's 0 for 1. Pitch to Robbie. Base hit left field. McReynolds will throw it quickly into third. Brown apparently has no speed. Alomar does. So Grant. See, here's the thing. In an absolute blowout, who they got? Who can hit a lefty? Tony Gwynn or Marvell Wynn? So Marvell Wynn will pinch hit. As a pinch hitter, 294. Overall, 262, 8 homers, and 29 RBI. I can't really think of anyone in the community as a content maker who was more loved than Keith. Just comes across as a really, really nice guy. Pitch to Win. Ball 4, so the bases are loaded. For Stan Jefferson, 1 out. He's 0 for 2 with a K. Fernandez, 18 batters, 87 pitches, 4 1/3, 3 hits. Allowed a homer to Brown. He's walked 2 and struck out 5. Bases are loaded. Popped up. Carter takes off the mask, goes to the screen, and can't get there. 1 and 2. So now we'll go pitch by pitch again. Fernandez, again, it's a beautiful night, 73 degrees. Everyone having a good time here in San Diego, if you're wearing Met stuff. Jefferson into right field. Strawberry will grab it in the alley for the out. Brown, who has no speed, will tag with 2 out. They call him Blackjack McKeon for a reason. Strawberry concedes the run, and it's 11-2. So Chris Brown has scored both of the Padre runs. Here's Randy Reddy, who is 0 for 2. So Alomar on second, Win on first. Reddy hits this one in the left center field and gone. An upper deck shot and a 3-run homer. So the Padres make it 11-4. Or 11-5 rather. Not sure that they're going to win this game, but at least with win pinch hitting, you would keep the inning going. And Randy Reddy hits his 8th of the year or 9th of the year. Yeah, that was fun in the Sports Game Journal. So Alomar win and Reddy score on the 3-run shot. And that was Reddy's 9th home run. So here's Martinez. Carmelo 0 for 1. He's walked and struck out. Yep, a bad day at the park beats a good day at work. I agree with that. Fernandez hits Martinez. Oh, yeah, that wasn't intentional at all. Carter holds him back. And in the cheap seats with the goats, we keep hearing, fight, 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 fight. There's so much bad blood in this one. Neil Sedaka's writing a song about it. Pitch to Moreland. That hit him. There we go. Here we go. Moreland and Fernandez go at it. Sid is gone. There's punches thrown right there. My goodness. That was dumb. That was really dumb. Moreland is thrown out. They're laughing in Chicago on that one. Why would you do that? Someone else got ejected too. So Moreland needs to be pinch run for. Terry Leach will give it all the time he needs. It's an 11-5 ball game for crying out loud. Let's pitch run for Moreland. He's at first. So John Kruk gets the call at first. A skinny version of John. Terry Leach making his 40th appearance. 5-2, a 3.68 ERA. The Submariner 34, fastball if you call it that at 84. Let's get ready to rumble! Ding, 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 ding. Leach pitched yesterday up in San Francisco in a 6-2 loss to the Giants. 2/3 of an inning, 15 pitches, 2 hits. 51 1/3, 64 hits, 26 runs, 21 earned, a homer. He walked 13 and struck out 31. Didn't realize that the Young and the Restless were taping this week in San Diego because everyone's fifis got hurt. Here's Santiago. Benito is 0 for 2 with a K. So Martinez on second after being plunked. And John Kruk is on first after Moreland went after Fernandez. The mid-80s Mets were fighting, no way. And on the loud system, all you can hear is that everybody was kung fu fighting. They were as fast as lightning. Santiago 0 for 2 with a K. Martinez on second, Kruk on first. The Padres have 4 across here in the inning. Pitch to Santiago. Benito swings. That's a base hit into right field. Strawberry will get it. Martinez goes to third and is going to score. See what Strawberry does with the throw. Throws it in the infield, and it's 11-6. So the Padres have a 5 spot and a fight here in the 5th. These are the games that make Bob Murphy want to drink a 5th. Here's Chris Brown. At one point, he homered in this game. That was in the second. Scored in this inning. So Kruk on second, Santiago on first, 2 out. Brown in the center. Dykstra will make the catch. So the Padres are going to have to make a couple changes here. We go to the top of the 6th. 5 runs, 4 hits, no errors. And after 5, taking a long time to do this. That's why we didn't do it yesterday. 11-6 New York. So Kruk is the new first baseman. He's a 4. And Lance McCullers will get a 6-out chance here. He's made 6 and 7, a 4.23 ERA. 35th appearance. He's 24 years old. Fastball at 96. And a fly ball plus pitcher. He last pitched on the 18th yesterday against the Expos in a 6-5 loss. 2/3 of an inning, 17 pitches, 3 hits, and a strikeout. Overall, McCullers 44 2/3, 33 hits, 25 runs, 21 earned, 4 homers, 37 walks, 47 strikeouts. Mr. Paul, that's the reason why you got that yourself banned on the Twitch at work. And as Vin Scully would say, to quote Rick James, cocaine is a hell of a drug. And no, Steve Howe was not his supplier. All right, so we'll see if McCullers hits Howard Johnson here. Hojo 1 for 3. He has scored a run and struck out. And what is now a very interesting 11-6 ball game. Pitch to Hojo, doesn't hit anybody. Ground ball to Thon, over to Kruk. The cops are coming after that, and Hojo's out on the bag banger. Here's Dave Magadan. Dave is 2 for 3. He has doubled twice, scored twice, and driven in a run. What's the heat index up there? It's buggy. If I hadn't streamed this week, I would have not gone today. It's about 85, 88, somewhere in there. And humid. Florida calls they want their humidity back. It's 90 down above Boston. Pitch to Magadan. That's ripped to the right for a base hit. Carmelo Martinez will throw that in, and everyone say hi to the voice of the Northern Cyclones, Mr. Gardner. So Terry Leach, it'll be interesting to see what the Mets do with him. They're up 18,000 runs. Leach, in his lone at-bat, has a double and an RBI. Stays in the game. Laces this one to Alomar, and Magadan's back. So I think cooler heads have prevailed here. Here's Dykstra. Lenny is 3 for 3. That 3-run homer in the third. Yeah, it was 8 on the year and driven in 46. 11-6 Mets here in the 6th. In a game that seems it's gone on forever. Pitch to Dykstra. Line drive to Alomar, and that'll do it. No runs a hit. The Mets have left on 8, and after 5.5, it's 11-6 New York. So Thon, Alomar, and McCullers will hit here, I would think. Dickey is 0 for 2. Sid Fernandez struck him out twice before he was ejected. Ground ball foul, third base side. Someone from Oceanside made that catch, and the count is full 3-2. That's right. Mr. Gardner, the most likely person to do a 2024 Chicago White Sox replay. And Thon draws the walk. So a 1-out walk, or no out walk for Alomar, who's 1 for 2. Roberto has singled and scored. That came in the 5th. Thon doesn't go anywhere. Alomar rips this one to left. McReynolds coming in, rides the swing, makes the catch for the out. And Thon retreats back to first, 1 away. I really need to keep McCullers in the game. Are we getting thunderstorms later? Now, did you get the flooding that Piermont got last night? We've had rain. It's rained twice already this week. It rained Tuesday. Our good friend Tony Whitehill up in St. Johnsbury Monday night got 8 inches in 6 hours. So, yeah, it's not been fun. Thon's going to go. McCullers is going to stay in the game. Carter throws down to Hojo, and Thon has his 17th steal. So you don't need to bunt. McCullers just stand there like a cardboard cutout, and you should be okay. So runner on second, 1 out, and a 1-strike count to McCullers. At the time you're doing the worst team of baseball that you have, you refuse to do the 18 Orioles. Pitch to McCullers. Struck him out. He just stood there, and the 0-2 got him looking. So 2 out for Jefferson, who's 0 for 2, a strikeout and an RBI. So Thon on second. 11-6 Mets here in the 6th. We've had 4 hit batsmen in a fight. Got him. So Leach gets out of it. You got him to chase an 0-2 fastball, and after 6, no runs, no hits. Padres have left on 4, and it's 11-6 New York. So Backman, Hernandez, and Strawberry to face McCullers here in the 7th. Wally 1 for 4. He has singled, scored, and driven in a run. Ground ball to McCullers over to Kruk for the out. What a way for Hernandez. Keith has a double, 2 walks, and 2 runs scored. Scotty's pulling your leg when he says he couldn't find a worse Dodger team project. That's not true. McCullers winds and deals. Base hit, right center field. For grins once, using Action PC, did a 2-team league with the 75 Reds and the 62 Mets. Darryl Strawberry has a double and 3 RBIs, now driven in 93. Anyone care to guess what the Mets win total was? Pitch to Strawberry. Got him. McCullough got him on a 2-2 fastball. 2 out for McReynolds. Kevin is 2 for 3. He has singled twice and driven in 2. McReynolds, slow chopper to third. Brown's got it over to Kruk. McReynolds running, and he is out. So stretch time, 11-6 Mets. Guardian of Lake Erie says they won a few. Way to go out on a limb there, Tim. Randy Reddy hit a home run in the 5th, which started the fireworks. That was his 9th of the year. He's driven in 52. Thankfully, no flooding, Andrew says. Randy swings, ground ball right side, base hit. Strawberry will grab that. And for the Padres, that is their 6th hit. Here's Carmelo Martinez. He's 0 for 1. He's walked and scored. They did win a few. There's a chopper to short. Hojo goes to Backman for 1, but Martinez will reach 1 out. There was no throw to first. Here's John Kruk. Kruk hitting .259, 7 homers, and 44 RBI. Leach's pitch, and Kruk draws the walk. So first and second, this one isn't quite done and dusted yet. I mean, after that 5 spot in the 5th for San Diego. Here's Santiago, Benito 1 for 3 with an RBI. They say, by the way, it's 84 here. I think it's warmer than that. Feels like 87. And we got some rain coming. 81 at the lake. So it's muggy. Leach and Carter have a word. Terry shakes his head. Goes to the plate. Santiago ground ball to first. Leach goes to Backman for 1 and Hernandez for 2. How about that? Leach was way over by the bag at first and did the 1-4-3 double play. We have played 7 here in San Diego. Mets 11, Padres 6. So Carter, Johnson, and Maggott in here to face McCullers, who will not bat in the bottom of the inning. I wanted to say for a while, so no one's going to guess how many times would the 62 Mets in 162 games have beat the 75 Reds. Carter 0 for 3. He has walked, driven in a run, I'm sure got hit by a pitch, and scored. Gary in the right. Martinez by the line, 1 out. This, again, is Jack Murphy Stadium. It's Howard Johnson 1 for 4. I don't know when they named it, changed it to San Diego Stadium, and then eventually Qualcomm and all that. But in the Met radio booth is Jack's brother Bob, a Hall of Famer in his own right. And so Jack Murphy was one of the people most influential in not only getting the stadium built, kind of like Bill Shea was, that the Mets eventually took, but, Hall of Fame writer for the San Diego Tribune or Herald Tribune. I wish Forrest was here. He would tell me that. And so they asked Bob, what did you think when you came to San Diego? Because Jack didn't live all that long. He was gone by this point. And Bob said it was always very bittersweet. Tribe fan actually goes out on a limb and says 67. Wasn't that many. It wasn't that many. And again, trying to think of the best NL team of that era. Hojo 1 for 4 has struck out and scored. McCullers deals. There's a fly ball, center field. Jefferson has it. Will make the catch. 2 out for Dave Magadan, who's 3 for 4. Is double twice, singled. And driven in a run. Jack Murphy was certainly no Ron Burgundy. You didn't need to tell Jack Murphy to stay classy. Pitch to Magadan. There's a ground ball to Thon over the mound, throws to Kruk, and they'll take care of business here in the 8th. So the Mets, no runs, no hits, no errors. After 7.5, it's still Mets 11, Padres 6. So Brown, Thon, and Alomar, and a pinch hitter either way here. Chris is 2 for 3. He's doubled and homered in his first and has scored twice. Was he living in a glass case of emotion? To answer the Mets were actually going to win about 42 off of the Reds. Just to put that question to bed. Pitch to Brown. Chris, slow little looper in the center, and he's had a 3-hit evening. So that'll bring up Dickie Thon, who's 0 for 2. He's stolen a base. He's walked and struck out. 96. Oof, in Southwest Washington. Yeah, we got the smoke from the wildfires, too. Goes great with the rain. Thon, base hit left field. McReynolds will pick it up. So Brown on second, Thon on first. Here's Alomar. Robbie is 1 for 3. He has singled and scored. So the Padres, despite the fact the Mets were up 11-1 in this game, they've kind of huffing and puffing, and they might be blowing the barn door back down. Pitch from Leach. Alomar swings, might be 2. Johnson to Backman for 1. Wally throws to first, and that is a 6-4-3 double play. 2 out for a pinch hitter. And you know what? We tried to get Tony Gwynn a start. And Ron Burgundy read everything off the teleprompter. So do most anchors today. So a big hand for Gwynn, who is not pinch hit. He's hitting .314, 7 homers, and 51 RBI. So Brown on third, a tiring Terry Leach on the mound, and Gwynn trying to make this a closer ball game. Leach stays in the game, and Gwynn draws the walk. So Tony's on first for Stan Jefferson. Stan is 0 for 3, and this will work out great because you can now double switch. Pitch to Jefferson, who's 0 for 3. Up the middle, Backman flips it to Johnson, and that will retire the side. Padres, no runs, 2 hits, and no errors. And after 8, it's the Mets 11, the Padres 6. Dave Leeper, or Leiper, will come in. Gwynn can play center. He's a 6 and an 8, stays in the game. Leeper, 4-0, 1.42 ERA. The lefty has pitched 33 times. 26 years old, fastball at 88, and a ground ball plus pitcher. They didn't move on up on that at bat. No deluxe apartment in Tijuana there. Dave last pitched on the 13th, so 6 days rest. A 9-3 win over Houston. Went 1 inning. 22 pitches, 2 hits, and 2 strikeouts. 44 in the third. 30 hits, 7 runs, all earned. A homer. He's walked 8 and struck out 30. Mets are going to pinch hit here, I'm sure. And it'll be Kevin Elster. Elster is a pinch hitter hitting .091. Overall, .219, 8 homers, and 32 RBI. Gwynn, a 6 and an 8 in center. Be ready, Martinez and Kruk in the 9th. Pitch to Elster. Kevin swings, that's to Gwynn, so they test him right away, and Tony makes the catch, 1 out. So, I mean, there's a reason why you do the Padres, and that's to get Tony Gwynn in. We tried that last year, and we did 2001, his last year, and he pretty much was done. Lenny Dykstra is 3 for 4. He has homered and driven in 3. Kevin Elster played like he hated baseball. Loved the paychecks, though, I bet. Pitch from Leeper. Ground ball to third. Brown over to Kruk for the out. So 2 out for Backman. Wally 1 for 5. Has a single, an RBI, and a run scored. 11 runs, 13 hits, no errors for the Mets. They've left on 9. Padres, 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors, and they've left on 7 so far. Backman strikes out, and that'll do it. So no runs, no hits, and no errors. Roger McDowell will come in to keep the door closed in a 5-run game. So McDowell is 7 and 6 with a 3.40 ERA. 28 years old, fastball at 87, and an extreme ground ball baseball. Yeah, and the Mets are winning. Well, you know, big clue. They were the preseason favorites to win the World Series. Not a safe situation here for McDowell. Last time out was against the Giants yesterday in a 6-2 loss. A 1 inning, 19 pitches, 3 hits, a run it was earned, and a strikeout. So McDowell, 55 2/3, 55 hits, 30 runs, 21 earned, a home run, 24 walks, and 22 strikeouts. Ready, Martinez, and Kruk to face McDowell here in the 9th. Padres need 5 to tie and 6 to win. Reddy is 2 for 4. Randy hit a 3-run homer in the 5th. And then all hell broke loose. Pitch to Randy. There's a slow ground ball to third. Magadan's got it over to Hernandez. And that's 1. So Monday, 11:30 Eastern, it's the A's and the Red Sox, followed by the Brewers and the Jays. As a makeup, this replay's gone slower than I had hoped. And we now have four large red boxes in this apartment that will make lots of bleeding noises in a 20-foot area. I can't tell you just how fun that is. Thank goodness they haven't tested them yet. Carmelo Martinez is 0 for 2. A walk, a strikeout, and a run scored. And a shout-out, by the way, although they'll never see it, to Benoit Electric out from Berlin, Vermont, who has, in the process of rewiring this brand new system in on a 6th-floor building that does not have central air. This has been a long, hot summer here in Burlington. And the two gentlemen that have done this, have been nothing but sweet and pleasant and understanding, and have worked in conditions in the hallways that are extremely hot. Pitch to Martinez. Carmelo hits a ground ball to short. Ojo goes to Hernandez, and there's 2 out. So last chance saloon for the Padres here for John Kruk, who walked his first time up. So they get a lot of credit for, I mean, obviously they're getting a lot of money to do it, but for doing this, some apartments have air conditioning, others don't. And again, even though it's 85 here, I mean, they've worked on days when it's been brutal. And the hallway faces north-south. So even if the windows are open when they're working out there, that doesn't mean they're getting any cross breeze. Pitch to Kruk. To Hojo, over to Hernandez, and it's been an eventful ball game, but the Mets win 11-6. So 3 hours and 51 minutes. Yeah, we need central AC, buddy. In this one, and the Mets go to 74 and 48. 11 runs, 13 hits, and no errors. The Padres fall to 64 and 58. 6 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. And we had five hit by pitches. And Mark Grant is sitting in the shower laughing his tushy off because he didn't get thrown out. Sid Fernandez got ejected. Mets left on 9, Padres left on 7. And Lenny Dykstra is going to get the Digital Dice MVP because he hit the home run and drove in 3. All right, go be productive. So Terry Leach coming in for Sid. You know what? Fernandez, if he had just waited 1 more out, would have gotten a win. Leach goes to 6 and 2. McDowell gets the clean 9th. Eric Shaw, Christmas tree, 2 2/3, 9 hits, 7 runs, all earned. A homer to Dykstra, 2 walks and a strikeout. He falls to 9 and 12. Grant pitched poopy, and then McCullers and Leaper pitched well. 3 innings, 2 hits for McCullers and a K, and Leaper retired all 3 men that he faced. So, let's do this Friday, shall we? The 19th of August. Braves beat the Cubs 7-2. Wow. Rick Mailer 7 and 5. It's almost like, a Christmas Carol. The ghost of Braves pitching past beating the ghost of Braves pitching almost present. Maddox falls to 10 and 11. Ron Gant hits his 11th, goes 3 for 5 and drives in 2. Doubleheader at the stadium, and the Mariners sweep the Yankees. 5-3 in the first, 10-2 in the second. Taylor gets his first when he beats Candelaria to go. It was 14 and 7. Ricky Henderson 3 for 5 in game 1. A double and a stolen base. In game 2, it was 10-2 Seattle. Moore goes to 11 and 9. Richard Dotson falls to 3 and 10. Balboni 2 for 5 and hits his 9th. Boston beats Oakland 4-1. Smithson goes to 7 and 5. Dave Stewart falls to 11 and 14. Lee Smith picks up his 25th save. Blue Jays pound The Brewers 9-1. Lloyd Mosby 4 hits, drives in 3, and hits a triple. Musselman 3-1. Filer, the former Jay, falls to 5-5. Kansas City shuts out Cleveland 5-0. Brett Saberhagen, an 18-game winner. He goes to 18-4. Tom Candiotti falls to 8-11. Pat Tabler 2 for 5, hits his third, and drives in 2. Astros steal 6 bases and beat the Pirates 7-5. Denny Darwin goes to 6-9. Must be the Dodgers one. I haven't looked that far yet. Robinson 3-4. Bell 3 for 5, hits 2 homers and drives in 4. Tigers beat the White Sox 3-1. Frank Tanana 12-9. Long 4-9. Henneman picks up his 15th save. Yep, I see that right there. Baltimore 6, California 5. Jeff Schmidt 4-4. Mike Witt 12-9. Brian Downing hits his 15th, 3 for 3 with a double. Twins, they gain a game in Oakland. They shut out Texas 5-0. Freddie Tolliver 7-3. Bobby Witt 4-9. Tim Loudner hits his 9th, goes 3 for 3. Jose De Leon 1 hits the Reds. He goes to 10-8. They win 2-0 to the Cardinals. Norm Charlton 0-1. De Leon strikes out 7. The lead's a game and a half. San Francisco beats Philadelphia 3-2. Kelly Downs 13-8. David Palmer from Glens Falls, New York 6-7. Michael Andretti 3 for 4, drives in 2 and a double. And last but not least, the Dodgers beat the Expos 3-2. Brian Holton goes to 5-6. Andy McGaffigan falls to 6-7. Tim Foley, 3 for 4, hits his third and drives in 2. So tomorrow, or Monday, doubleheader 11:30, Red Sox and A's. Cam Boyd versus Todd Burns. And then Mike Flanagan versus Teddy Higuera, Milwaukee and Toronto. So as we leave you, the Twins lead over the Royals, remains 2. Oakland 8 back with 39 to go. Boston 2 up on Detroit, 3.5 on Toronto, and 4.5 on Milwaukee. The Yankees fall to 7. Oh, too bad, so sad. That's Monday's game. Wednesday we'll have for you the Mets and the Dodgers. From Los Angeles, Bobby Ojeda versus Oral Hershiser. And then the third game of the week on Thursday, the Mets go back home and face the San Francisco Giants. Because we're doing St. Louis and Cincinnati for the Saturday game. So that'll do it. Apologize. Oh no, we're not. I take that back. Minnesota and Kansas City. It gets our undivided attention. And so that'll do it. We're going to tape a football game for you sometime over the weekend. The 2008 Giants go to St. Louis to hopefully beat up on the Rams. Hopefully the construction is under control enough that we can actually get in a full week. I'm Ron Juckett. Thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you over the weekend for some football, and then Monday morning at 11:30 for baseball doubleheader. Thank you. Have a good one.